aircraft calling takeoff line number?
Leafjet 102, it's in the remarks.
Leafjet 102, so I don't have your tag because Approach isn't doing his job right. Squawk 1537 to recycle your transponders so we can get your info.
1537, Leafjet 102.
Leafjet 102, climb maintain, flight level 350.
Climb maintain 350, Leafjet 102.
Honolulu Center, Air Commander 350, direct Molokai, climbing 15,000.
Canada 350, climb maintain level 330.
330, Canada 350.
Walker 2570, squawk 2000, Mono Unicom 228. Walker 2570, Mono Unicom 228.
And hello, fellow aviators. The Ref Simmer here. Welcome to this Sunday afternoon stream. We're on the Big Island of Hawaii. We're going to fly from Hilo today back to Honolulu. And there's our gate agent there at the jet bridge. Nice. We're going to go ahead and hop up into the cockpit and go ahead and get everything rolling. Nice to have all of you aboard today. A special day on VATSIM. They do have a special event going on where aircraft are flying between Honolulu and Vancouver. We're just going to be doing a short hop Hilo into Honolulu, so we should have good air traffic control the whole way through. You probably hear them in the background. Apologize if the air traffic control is too loud. I tried to adjust the volume, but we'll make do. So, aircraft's all loaded up. We have everything ready to go on here. All I need to do, there's our flight attendant. She said they're ready to go in the back. So let me go ahead and brief everything up, and then we'll get aircraft, external power, and all of that disconnected, and we'll get ready to go. So let's brief it up. Like I said, flight today is from Hilo to Honolulu, and have SimBrief is what I used for my flight planning today, and the flight plan I'm looking at looks good. Our weights are good. Our zero fuel weight today we're planning is 111,800 pounds. You can see that matches right there in zero fuel weight. It's actually 719, so 111.7. And then takeoff weight's going to be 122.7. So that'll we have the gross rate right there at 123.1. Burn about 500 pounds on our taxi out, so that'll match up just right. 112 plus 8 first class, so 120 passengers, souls on board plus the crew today. And planned fuel, we're planning 11,500 pounds. We have 11.5 on board. We'll need at least 10,976 for takeoff, so we'll keep that in mind. Current weather conditions, you can see outside here, Hilo. It's typically kind of a little cloudy in this area, as it is. There's somebody taking off now, heading out to runway 8 for departure. That's what we're planning. Current weather right now in Hilo, winds are 090 at 7 knots, so pretty much right down runway 8. Scattered clouds, 3,100 feet, broken at 4,800 and 5,500. Temperature's 28. Nice, comfortable day here in Hawaii. And altimeter is 3005. We have that set across the board here and all of our altimeters. Up in Honolulu right now, forecast is calling for, stand by, getting that pulled up on my end. Just take 1 second. Honolulu weather, currently winds are 090, 10 gusts and 15 knots, 10 miles, few clouds, 2,400.
HS Center United
So visual
1221
meteorological
units,
conditions,
handoff.
and 1 degree warmer, 29 C. And forecast is calling for the same gusty winds out of the east. Visual meteorological conditions all day long. So should be a visual up there. I think they're landing 4 left, 8 left today with all the traffic. I think they have everybody departing mostly off of 4 right and 8 right, the peninsula runway down there, or up there in Honolulu. For our maintenance, let's make sure we don't have anything deferred or having a problem here. I need to go back here to PMDG setup, aircraft, failures, no active failures, so that's good. Nothing's, it's a good aircraft.
HSM
No
1221
NOTAMs that
units,
should
handoff.
affect us today. Only NOTAM I saw of note is, here I'll pull up
No, you did not.
our
Alright, thanks, sir.
Navigraph charts here. Taxiway Foxtrot here in Hilo. It's for military use only, so that's the taxiway that's off of our left wing here. So we'll make sure we take Echo out, which is probably going to be
Honolulu
Echo,
Center,
Alpha.
good day. Air Connect 202 Heavy passing
And
6,500,
we'll have to get
climbing
clearance across
1,500.
runway 3 there.
Okay,
And,
that 202
Alpha,
Heavy
it's runway
HCS
8
Center,
for
climb,
our
maintain
departure.
flight level 310.
No hot spots along the way. Just
Then
that
maintain
runway
flight
we
level
have to cross.
310, Air Connect 202 Heavy.
For rejected takeoff criteria, it'll be standard abort criteria, which means below 80 knots we'll abort for a variety of reasons. Above 80 knots, we will only abort our takeoff if we have an engine fire, severe engine damage, or the aircraft seems like does not have the ability to get or stay airborne. So that'll be our criteria for our reject, and it'll be runway heading out over the ocean, go up to 3,000 feet, come back around, and likely land on runway 26. Maybe even just go up to Honolulu, depending on what the problem is, if we need extra runway. Since we do have terrain considerations off here to the west of the field with the Mauna Kea volcano, as you can see out the first officer's window there. It's a huge volcano.
Aeroflot 723, contact HCF approach 124.8.
So for our clearance, I did call up and get our clearance a little earlier from Honolulu Center, who's going to be covering our ground movement here, surface movement here at Hilo International. Squawking 1527, going up to 5,000 feet initially, and it's going to be radar vectors onto Victor 22. So 079 is our runway heading. I have that set, and it's Victor 22 as filed. So we pick up Victor 22 at the Hilo VOR. So Hilo,
Walker
Victor
2365, HCS Center.
Go for 2265 heavy.
Hilo, Victor
Walk
22,
2000, Monday,
Ocala,
you come
Victor
28.
16, Lanai, and Chalet arrival. And let me double check the legs here just to make sure we have all of that looking good, because now is the time to catch a mistake, not when you're in the air, especially on a short
Center,
flight like
good
this.
evening, or good afternoon. EPS
So we have
9861
Hilo,
heavies 4,000, climbing
Taiga,
15, 15,000,
Polo
150.
Point, beautiful spot. Lavas, Nayat, Lanai, Honu, Daily, at or above 4 there. We'll check all that on the arrival going in, Chalet, and vectors into Honolulu.
UPS 9861
And
HCF center
showing
climb, maintain level
197
370.
miles in the
Maintain
flight
flight
and
flight
we're
370
planning
West Direct Molokai.
215, so that's pretty close.
Yeah,
We'll
go.
have an approach that we'll throw in there when we get closer, get the latest.
UPS 9861, turn left direct Molokai.
Left turn direct Molokai
For our takeoff data,
370.
it's going
UPS
to be, I
9861.
use Topcat to get our takeoff data today. It's going to be, standby, pull it up over here, go back to menu, FMC, index, takeoff. Flaps 1 departure today, speeds are going to be 129, 129, 133 for the V2. 133 is in the speed bucket up here. And trims at 5.17, and we're showing that in the stab trim. So that's all set. Only terrain considerations. The wonderful volcano Mauna Kea out there, right off runway 8. But we should be going the other direction, out toward the ocean. So that'll be good. And transition altitude will be flyable 180. ACARS is initialized and started using the United Virtual Airlines ACARS system today. This is a flying logging for that virtual airline, which is a cool consideration. But that's basically it. If there aren't any other comments or questions that you all have, feel free to write in on the chat. Even if you watch this later on, feel free to type any questions. I'd love to respond to anything anyone might have. Well, we'll go ahead and get our generators, APU generator online.
Second 890,
So voltage is
clock
looking
2000,
good.
Mono Unicom
We'll
228.
go ahead and connect that, and we're going to switch over to our APU bleeds here. Disconnect all the external hookups, AC power, external air, all of that, so that we can go ahead and push back. Alright, ground power disconnect, air conditioning disconnect, and let's go ahead and shut the door. Flight attendant said they're ready. Flight deck door is closed. We'll go ahead and lock it down here. Perfect.
Hawaiian 3 HCF center
Let's do our
squawk
pre-flight check.
1520.
Interior and exterior inspection complete. Circuit breakers checked. Nav and display switches are normal auto. Passenger signs on. Window heat. Need to turn that back on. Did the overheat test. There we go. Let's make sure the green lights come
Second
on.
890, Mono Unicom 228. United
And
21,
1, 2,
correction, United 1221,
4.
squawk
There we
2000,
go.
Mono
That's why you
Unicom
always
228.
verify. Window heat's on. Engine bleeder switches not required now. We're switched over to APU. Pressurization panel is set. Pressurization
Widely
mode
radar
selector auto.
contact,
Boat
36
control
miles
panel
to the east of the Drake
is
intersection,
set.
welcome.
Oxygen mask checked. Altimeters 3005 cross checked. Flight nav instruments checked. Warning and annunciator lights checked. Speed brake down. Takeoff warning check closed. We did that earlier. Engine start levers cut off. Stab trim cutoff switch is normal. Fire warning checked. Radio's transponder set. Radar off. Rudder and aileron trim is 0. 0. Yep, there's our aileron trim. 0. Park and brake is set. Pressure's getting a little low. Windows closed, locked, flight attendant briefing complete, departure briefing complete, logbook secure H is on board, fuel required, we have, it's 11.4 and 11.4 is on board.
Swift 45, stand by.
Pre-flight check complete, let's do the pushback check please.
Sorry, 1221, did you give us a handoff?
Yes, I did, squawk 2000, Mono Unicom.
2000 Mono Unicom, 1221, good night.
Alright. Pushback check, doors.
Swift 45,
closed.
HCF center, squawk
Hydraulic panel
155, tree.
set. Fuel panel set, flight deck door closed, lock, transponder, pushback check complete. Alright, go ahead and we're going to call for our pushback here. Let me get pushback express up. Use that today. Go ahead and call for our push. I don't think it's active actually. I don't think this is let me double check behind us, see what the lines look like. No, we don't have to call for a push. You can see the yellow lines there. That means that's where the we need ground clearance for a surface movement. So we'll hold off there. So we're gonna go ahead and
Push
push
45 heavy.
start.
Climb maintain flight level 310.
Here we go. Flight deck to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
Switch 45, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Confirm all ground checks complete
London
and
maintain flight level 310, 45 heavy.
we will be ready to go in a minute.
Roger.
Alright, here comes the pushback tug. Whoops. Alright. Just waiting for them to connect.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
Oops. I think it accidentally disconnected us. So let me try this again.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
We're ready for pushback.
Malicious 1, monitor to come 228, squawk 2000.
Alright.
Squawk 2000, 122.8, 38DC, Malicious 1.
I think it's a little confused. Alright, let's go ahead and get the chocks alt. Chocks are removed. Parking brakes released, clear to push. And they're just gonna push us. Alright, let's start 2 then 1. Alright, here we go. And 2.
Well, so you're going to make the request with the approach controller when you get over there.
Lower pressure. Then 1. EGT's good. Just waiting on that N2 stagnation before we throw in the fuel. And we'll make sure that spar valve closed light goes out along with alright, here comes our stagnation, about 29%. There we go. And fuel flow. Light up. We'll have to figure that out about pushback express. So they don't push us back too far into the movement area out there.
Honolulu Center, WestJet 148, climbing through 6,000 for 15,000.
WestJet 148, HCF Center, climb maintain
Alright,
level
there's our
350.
starter cut out.
350.
Looks like a good start. Just waiting on that EGT to start dropping. There it goes. Alright, start 1. Stop pushback. Stop pushback. It's still pushing us back. See if I can delete, turn this thing off. Stop pushback. There we go. Alright. Alright, we're good at the N2. Set our parking brake really quickly. Thing went crazy on us. Alright, I gotta get that fixed. It heard me say something about push or disconnecting and got really confused. Alright, there's our light up. Fuel spar valve light is all, everything's all out. That's good.
Empire 852, contact HCF approach 124.8.
Hey, there's starter cut out.
124.8, Empire 52 mod. I'm off.
Alright. App start check, please. Actually, flaps 1, app start check. Alright, let's turn the generators on. They're both good. Switch bleeds over to the engine. And we're good. Let's check our recall and let's go ahead and check our controls. Oh, we already got the salute. Alright, excellent. Alright, app start check. Generators on, probe heat.
Go ahead.
Gotta get that on.
Okay.
NAI standard air conditioning panel set. Recall, check auto brakes,
Probably missed the
RTO.
handoff
App start
between
check
pieces a
complete.
while ago. Monitor
Taxi
to
check,
come 22.8.
flaps. So our plan sheet, our takeoff data sheet says flaps 1. So 1, 1, 1, green light. Takeoff speeds are 129, 129, 133. Set. Thrust DTO2 plus 36C. Stab trim 5.2. Flight controls check. Taxi check complete. Clear rights. Clear lefts. Here we go. Honolulu Center, United 1956. Just pushed off gate 3, ready to taxi.
Where at?
Hilo.
United 1956. 1956, runway 8, taxi via Echo Alpha, cross runway 3.
Runway 8, taxi Echo Alpha, cross runway 3, United 1956. Alright, Echo Alpha, cross runway 3. So I'll pull that up here. See, yeah, see, they pushed us really far back. So Echo Alpha, cross runway 3. So as briefed, which is good. Go ahead and get our taxi light on now. Not gonna be blinding anybody. Take a quick view out the back. Probably a view a lot of us are accustomed to having. And we'll go back up front. This is the fun seat to have if you're in the cockpit. Alright, so passengers are expecting us to be in the air at 9 minutes 55 seconds. That's fine. Honestly, don't ever take off until you and your first officer and the rest of the crew are ready. So I look at that, but I don't put too much weight on that expected departure. Most important thing is that we get to Honolulu safely today. Alright, so once we're on Alpha up here, we're going to, I'll go ahead and give our navigation briefing, or departure briefing. I don't see any other traffic, hadn't heard any other traffic since that one departure we saw during our pre-flight walkarounds. Clouds are definitely clearing up here. Some great views up there off of Mauna Kea. Alright, I'm actually using a tiller wheel that I just connected a joystick and used that as a tiller wheel.
Hello Center, what's up? United 201, 7,300 for 15000.
Here we are on Alpha. Go ahead and do our quick navigation briefing.
United 201, hit shift, center, climb, maintain, level 350.
There we go.
The 350,
Taking off out of Hilo,
201.
runway 8, let me make sure it's showing down there. Yep, it is. Takeoff data is showing flaps 1, showing 1, and speeds of 129, 129, 133. That's all set. It's going to be heading mode on whatever vectors they give us. We'll go up to 200 knots or less until 2500 MSL due to our speed restriction in this airspace. We'll get VNAV enabled once we're above our flap traction of 1500. And just make sure we don't exceed the speed limits. For our clearance, we're squawking, like I said, 1527. It's radar vectors up to 5,000.
Delta 1337, hit
Hilo
shift, center.
and Ocala.
Center Delta 1337.
And standard abort
Leave my
criteria.
airspace, squawk 2000, the oceanic crossing, monitor unit
Lose
crossing.
an engine, we'll go straight out to 3,000 feet, work out the problem over the ocean, and either come back here on runway 26 more than likely, or we'll go to, or actually, I'm sorry, runway 8, or we'll go up to Honolulu with really long runways. Alright, I don't think there are any other questions. Let's go ahead and tell the flight attendants to prepare the cabin for departure. Be in the back, 1 second. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. And they are ready for
Center,
departure.
good afternoon, Hawaii and South. on 7,000.
Line 12, HGF center climb, maintain level 390, proceed direct to Molokai VOR.
Alright, let's do the before takeoff check.
Direct to Molokai,
stand by
climb
on
to 390, Hawaii and 12.
We'll do that on the other side of runway 3 here, but the lights we turn on to cross the runway we're going to leave for our departure. So let's go ahead and get those on. Alright, clear to cross, clear left, clear right. Here we go, across
Left
runway
23,
3.
leaving my airspace, squawk 2000, monitor Unicom.
Alright, Unicom and Squawk 2000 for last point through.
Excellent. Alright, see runway 8 on pavement there. Let's do the before takeoff check, please. I think I accidentally stopped this. It'd be nice to have that first officer that could do all this for me. Alright. And let's do the takeoff config check. There we go, that's good. Before takeoff check, runway position 8 is verified. Flaps 1, green light. Navigation briefing complete. Takeoff warning. Checked auto throttle arm. Engine start switches continuous. Transponder TRA flight attendants notified. Acknowledged. Before takeoff check complete. Honolulu Center, United 1956, holding short runway 8, Hilo.
United 1956, winds are 0907 to 8, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff runway 8, United 1956. Alright, clear for takeoff runway 8. And final is clear. Alright, here we go. And Honolulu Center, 956. You just watched flying runway heading on departure off runway 8, Hilo.
Yes, sir.
Ready. Alright, here we go. Just wanted to verify that.
Honolulu Center, Aloha, United 992.
And Toga.
3,600 climbing 15,000, direct Molokai.
Had somebody pop on and take off right in front of us there.
United 992, HCF center climb, maintain level 370.
Climb speed's alive.
992, thank you. 80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold. Engine's normal.
Positive rate of climb.
You're up. Alright, heading mode. And VNAV. Now we're past the speed restriction. There's a cruise ship. Alright, HUD's
Watch
coming
at
up.
1787, monitor Unicom 228, squawk 2000.
Squawk 2000, direct Unicom 115.
Yeah, we'll just keep climbing at 200 knots until he turns us back toward Actually, oh man, we're going up to 5,000. Alright, flaps up. After takeoff check. I'll leave the continuous ignition on for a bit. Still hand flying for now. And I'm actually going to slow us to 200. Just so we're not flying too far away. There we go. It's catching on now. There's our outs to 5,000. Just gonna try some hand flying for a bit. I'll slow us back to 200 like I said. Because there's no point getting too far off track. Alright, for our after takeoff check, flaps are up. Landing gears up, off. Packs are on. Engine bleeds on. Pressurization panel, it all looks good. Oops. Engine start switches are still on continuous, and let's go ahead and turn the APU off. There we go, APU is off now. And we have a master caution, so off schedule descent. It's because I didn't hold the altitude well enough. I'm trying to hand fly, just get some practice here. I'm trying to do all the checklist and hand fly, probably not the best idea. So you can see we're right at the clean speed here. Step up, so it's probably not the smartest thing to do. I'm going to increase our speed by 10 knots just to give us a little bit of a buffer. So there we go. I don't know how long he's going to keep us on this heading. Going the opposite direction of Honolulu. Query ATC here pretty soon if we don't hear from him soon. Let's see. Turn on autopilot. I think we got some good hand flying in. Got that off schedule descent. Caution again. It's very sensitive. We went down, what, 40 feet? Alright, let's see if they have higher for us. Honolulu Center, United 1956, 5,000, heading 080, request higher. I think he went offline. Okay, we're going to continue on our path. I think he went offline. I don't see him on there anymore. So that would explain kind of what's going on here. So let's turn back onto our, oops. That would completely explain what's going on. That's why, like, if you would just never ask, we just keep going out toward the ocean. I'm just going to climb this up to our cruise altitude of level 320. So I'll set that in and let's get going. Here we go. Switch it back to VNAV again, reset that, and here we go. That's why you always gotta check, because you just never know. So I'm gonna take us direct to Hilo VOR. Actually, we're already past Hilo, so. I'll just get us back onto Victor 22, and then we'll head toward Ocala on that 312 bearing. Now we're climbing. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happens to, I'll go ahead and arm LNAV, make sure it captures too when we get onto the Victor 22 course. Yeah, not really sure what happened there. I don't know, maybe he lost his connection. Yeah, looks like he's not on at all. So 124.8 is going to be our next. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have anything. Alright, there's 10,000. Go with the belts. Alright, we're safely above volcanoes. Yeah, it seems like maybe he went offline.
Well, I need to step out for a minute and let open ocean.
Alright, let's switch this over to 122.8 for a bit. We'll listen on 2, see if he comes back on. Alright, switch this over to 122.8. There we go. Well, we got a nice view of Hilo down below. That's neat. There's the airport. Definitely climbed quite a bit since we were down there. Like I said, our planned cruise altitude today is all the way up at 51320, so pretty big climb. Transition altitude 51180 is coming up soon. You know, I forgot to turn the anti-skid off. I don't know that I actually should be off. Yep, perfect. Or the auto brakes, not anti-skid. Auto brakes. That's cool. You can see the exhaust kind of distorting the air a little bit. Hilo VOR out there. You can't beat the views in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 for a computer-based flight simulator. Absolutely incredible. Alright, getting really close to our transition altitude, 51180, there it is. Let's go standard. And I'll get our landing lights and all of this off. We are climb cruise mode on the lighting. We don't need logos or wings. Alright, perfect. Let's see, new ATIS will be coming out any minute now. We can go ahead and listen in to the The current ATIS in Honolulu looks like it's going to be 127.9. I'm going to tune it up on 2 so we can listen to it. 127.9.
Take left ILS and visual approach and use. Runway 4 left visual approach and use. Landing runways 8 left 4 left. Departing runways 8 right 4 right. Notices to air mission. Land and post short operations in effect. Advise approach if unable land and post short operations. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information Bravo.
Alright, so Bravo fetches the, well, it's going to be different by the time we get
Honolulu
there.
International Airport arrival departure ATIS information Bravo 21530 Zulu. West 060 at 12. Visibility 10. Use clouds at 3000. Use clouds at 5000. Use clouds at 12,000. Temperature 31. 2.18. Altimeter 3001. Runway 8 left ILS and visual approach and use. Runway 4 left visual approach and use. Landing runways 8 left 4 left. Departing runways 8 right 4 right. Notices to air mission. Land and post short operations in effect. Advise approach if unable land and post short operations. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information Bravo.
Alright, so we have Bravo. Heard that. So they're currently, it's ILS or visual to 8 left or 4 left. I think it's just going to depend on the traffic load when we get there. Wow, look at that view of Mauna Kea now. And Mauna Loa's down there. Down to the... Wow. Down to the south of us now. Waimea Kohala out in this area. Absolutely beautiful. So we still have 7,000 feet until we get to our cruise altitude. We just passed Ocala and our fuel load, we're at 8,700, and we were planning to have, let me pull up my release here, at Ocala 9,196. So we are about 500 pounds low right now on fuel. I think that's due to that low altitude extended vector out over the ocean. So that's another reason, like, these jet engines do not do well at low altitude. They're made for high altitude. They are just guzzling fuel. So that was another reason I wanted to try to chime in to the controller and be like, request higher, because we do not want to be cruising out of the Pacific Ocean at 5,000 feet for an extended period of time. Because we're carrying, our reserve fuel was 4,400 pounds, so not a ton. And yeah, let's check out the cabin view for a second and see what it looks like back here. Maybe we got the wing blocking us. Wow, look at that. That's pretty cool. See, we got a view of the observatories there on top of Mauna Kea, and the volcano down there on the other side of Mauna Loa. Go to Volcanoes National Park. Great spot. Alright. Our cost index today was 5, so you can see we're doing more of a low speed climb. Our VNAV profile here. So 0.67 Mach is our target, so that's what we're holding. Alright, flight level 310, climb at flight level 320. Let's get a quick exterior view. Follow point coming up Maui out there with Haleakala. And that's a beautiful shot. Let me get that screenshot. Save that one. think we're just leveled off. Let's go back in the cockpit and make sure everything looks good. Hear the trim wheel moving. Tip, we're at our cruising altitude of level 320 now. Top of climb, we have 8,300 pounds of fuel. And we were planning 8,300, so we're spot on with our top of climb. We weren't planning to get to top of climb until after our Apu point, which is coming up here in 11.3 nautical miles, so that's good though. It's good that we're here. And planned Mach was looks like we were planning Mach 6.9, so we're actually showing a 6.7 right now. That's what it's calculating for our cost index of 5. That's fine. And it looks like planned fuel at Honolulu is 7,300 pounds. And we were planning to land with 7,000. So yeah, we're looking good on the fuel now, which is good. Perfect. Alright, while we're up here at cruise, I'm going to go ahead and start getting ready for our landing, approach and landing in Honolulu. I think I'm actually going to switch this over to Honolulu approach. There's a lot of traffic right now in Honolulu heading out toward Vancouver. But I'm going to tune us into the Honolulu approach. I think that'll be a good plan, just so we're kind of listening and aware. Alright, there's Apollo Point, so we're heading out toward Maui and Kauai now. Let's see, that Honolulu approach is 124.8, so I'll get that tuned up, so we'll listen to that. That would probably be the best course of action here. We'll listen to 122.8 on standby.
In 8 minutes, man. Copy, thank you.
You can go down to the single engine taxi as well with Zach and Julio, Big Bird over.
Alright, there's Kona, somewhere down there's Kona. See the airport? Right there on the other side of the big island. It is a huge island too. We're screaming along at ground speed 380 knots.
Contact climate
Just
team
now passing over it.
see direct Molokai.
15,000 to direct Molokai, okay, J4.
Alright, I'm going to see if we have a new ATIS yet. So Bravo was the ATIS we copied. And Bravo is still current. I'm thinking, let's take a look at Navigraph here. So I'd pull up the ILS to 8 left, thinking that maybe they give us that, which would be fine. So we'll plan on 8 left. If they give us 4 left, then we'll just throw it in.
Departure Hawaiian 16.
We'll go ahead and grab our
Quick question.
landing
Should
data.
we go to oceanic clearance or wait till Molokai?
Island 16, you're not quite outside my airspace. Contact Oceanic once you're... Well, you can contact them at least 15 miles before Auntie. Actually,
Yeah,
you're not going to Vancouver, I'll get you your fix
Running the
now.
landing data right now in Top Cat.
Just make sure you contact Oceanic clearance prior to entering the airspace, but radar service terminated, free to change cruise to Yukon 122.8, have a good day.
Alright,
On the intercom.
so there's going to be a flaps 30 landing.
Hawaiian 16.
JetBlue 2901, wind 070 at 12,
Roughly
sliding 150,
128.
runway 8, right, clear takeoff.
An approach of 137.
Can you run clear for takeoff?
Factoring in that gust factor.
901.
looks like it's slowing us down now. We have not gotten any clearance to descend, but we're in uncontrolled airspace. I'm going to put this on auto 3 just because I'm not sure which runway they're going to give us. And on the chalet, it's slowing us way down here. Let's see here. On the chalet arrival, maintain 280 knots until 10, so we don't need to be getting this low. I want to keep us at Mach 6.9. We do not need to be slowing down right now. So 4,000 is going to be our, so I'm going to go ahead and set that in. Let's reset the VNAV. There we go. It's going to start us down. And now we should be good. So what should happen is it should change us over to 280 knots until we get to 10,000 feet.
Alaska 834, nothing further. Radar subs terminated. Free to change crews. Unicom 122.8.
There it goes.
When you call, this is when you ask
Since it started, we're a little high, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out our speed brake to help us down. There we go. And on the arrival, we're looking at lavas, and then Lanai is where we pick it up. Honu, Daily, at or above 4,000. And then Chalet 210 knots at 4,000. Plan on the ILS to 8 left, back up the, or the visual, 8 left, back up to the ILS, 111.7. Got that on both radio tuning units now. Course inbound will be 079.
Cop 5115, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
So on the approach plate, Inui International 19th February 2111-4 ILS 8 left. 111.7 is frequency in both radio tuning units. 079 course inbound. At Victory, we should be at 2,200 feet. DA is going to be 213. We'll set that in here. On the barrow, set. Full elevation is 13. Pressurization is set. And missed approach, we'll get that in a second. MSA 4,400 to the east, 5,300 to the northwest, 4,000 to the southwest, and legwise, let's go ahead and throw this in here. Let's plan the ILS 8 left with the, I'm just going to leave it as is. Got lavas, we're going to lavas, so lavas 9 at Lanai. Hono, Dili, at or above 4, Chalet 210 at 4 vectors. We have Coes, Victory, Coes at above 27, Victory at above 2,200, and then 8 left. Missed approach. Climbing right turn to 5,000. Actually, it's probably gonna, if it's a visual, it's going to be more than likely follow tower's instructions. But if they do tell us to follow publish, if it clears from the ILS, which they might, climb 500, then climbing right turn to 5,000. Outbound on the Honolulu 171 radial to Elena and hold. Continue climb and hold to 5,000. Highest obstacle looks like it's a mountain terrain at about 3,000 feet up to the north of the localizer course. Happy on the left, miles are lighting. If we land on 8 left, it's going to be a left-hand turnoff. We'll try to roll it down to probably November here if we can. We'll be parking here at gate. We'll get this to work.
Cub 115.
Oh no, I don't want to do that.
07012, runway 8 right, cliff takeoff, fighting 150.
Trying to move this. Oh well, can't get it to move. We'll be parking at the gates. Enter the ramp right here. Oh, there we go. Now I can see it. We're parking at gates.
JetBlue 2901, direct Palais, radar subs terminated.
Number Echo 7 today. Echo 7.
Direct Palais, Unicom 2901, thanks so much.
One threat, we could get a change. Visual 4 left. So if that's the case, we'll throw it in here. We'll make 2 and we'll transition over to 4 left and we'll just plan the...
Honolulu traffic, Walker 750 is cleared of runway 2. Honolulu traffic.
Plan for that. Pattern altitude would be at 1,600 feet if we went back around. We just got to be aware of the mountains that are off to the northeast side of the airport. So likely be your left or right traffic, whatever they'd give us. Thinking left traffic, maybe, but we'll see. Alright, that's all I have. I'm gonna go ahead and
Cub 5115, radar contact,
this thing did
direct
not maintain our
Molokai.
speed correctly.
Climb
We're supposed to be at
15,000.
280 knots.
UPS 21, runway 8 right,
Before
line
they yell at us.
Say again for replacement one.
UPS 21, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait from
Left, it's 12,300, 12 feet. I'm going to set that in here just for the fun of it. 12 feet. 12,312. Alright.
Honolulu approach, good day. Hawaii and 3 checking in. About 10 miles from
Alright, there we go. Flying right over
Hawaiian 3,
Honolulu.
HM approach, good day.
Maui.
1554, set approach
Nine
request.
coming up.
Squawking 1554, requesting runway 8 left instead of 4.
UPS 21, wind 050 at 9, gusting 15, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
This will take off runway 8 right.
Alright, descent check.
Hawaiian 3, radar contact, proceed direct after Bamboo, proceed direct to Uka, crossing crest 6000, cleared ILS 8 left approach, report established, altimeter 299.
Altimeter is 3001, cross-checked. Minimums, Barrow 213, cross-checked. Landing data is, need to get that. Let's do that really quickly. I believe flaps 30, like you said, and 137s or actually 128 to your,
runway 8
that's like
left.
+7 with the wind correction. There we go.
Hawaiian 3, after Bamboo, proceed direct to Uka,
+9.
crossing crest 6000, cleared ILS 8 left approach, report established.
Alright, so 30 and 128. Check. Approach briefing complete. Auto brakes 3.
After Bamboo,
Seatbelt sign on. Pressurization
Uka,
is
Oscar,
checked,
Kilo,
so
Alpha
send it as
Hotel.
it should. And recall checked. Set check fleet.
Canada 2010, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 8 right at Canada 2010.
Let's check out the view out the passenger side of the beautiful island of Lanai that we're flying over. You can see Molokai up to the north of us there. There's Lanai City. I guess some of the fields of what used to be the pineapple plantations. Cat sanctuary down there on Lanai. Somewhere near the airport. I think it's this road right here. I think that's where the cat sanctuary is. Looks like there's some aircraft getting ready to leave Lanai. That's cool.
Just going to Airborne.
UPS 21, radar contact, climb maintain 15,000, proceed direct to Molokai.
Alright, I'm gonna need to go back to VNAV mode.
JetBlue 2901, nothing further, monitor Unicom 122.8, have a good day.
You already told me to do that, but monitor Unicom 122.8.
Should be on this frequency then. This is Joshua.
Just listening in.
Somebody's getting angry.
Nosy boy, have a good one.
That's funny. That's funny.
Cub 5115, nothing further, radar service terminated, free exchange cruise to Unicom 122.8, have a good day.
Alright, so we'll be getting into the airspace soon. Let me see if we have a new ATIS.
Thank
Email
you.
the ATM.
Charlie is out.
UPS 21, actually I disregard.
Charlie 040 at 9, gust
Action
15.
2010, wind 050 at 9,
10 miles,
gusting
speed
15,
3000.
landing 150, runway
View
8
at
right,
5.
please take off.
31
clear
degrees
takeoff,
now,
and can we get
17,
Cruiser
2
Navy off the
999
radar
on the
on the climb?
altimeters, so we'll get that set. So that,
Approved.
and I need to slow us.
High speed climb approved. Thank you. Clear for takeoff. Airplane at 22.
United 22, holding short 8 left.
United 22, cross 8 left to Juliet.
I'm actually going to keep this at 250.
Cross
just
8 left to
because
Juliet, yeah,
for a
22.
minute. There we go. Yeah, we gotta be at 210 at Chalet, so there we go. Let the VNAV take care of it. 2999 on the altimeters now, runway 8 left ILS and visual, and 4 left visual in use. So there's an aircraft kind of doing random stuff, Cub. Okay.
Korean 54, what's your time? Runway 8 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 8 right, Korean Air 54 Heavy, thank you.
DPS 21, nothing further, alright, it says terminated for exchange crew, so you got 122.8, good day.
Vision clearing call 1 to 2, front GPS 1, right, CC up.
United 22, ready taxi.
United 22, cross 8 left at Juliet.
Yeah, I already did that.
What's the problem?
Ground didn't give me any more taxi instructions. You just want me to go
United
Tango to
22,
Bravo?
what did they give you?
Sorry, I missed that.
What instructions did they give you?
Just hold short on 8 left.
Yeah, I'll go for the bell since we're below 10 now.
It should have been Zulu Alpha Juliet, so you can head all the way down to 8 right on Juliet. Korean at 54, wind 050 at 9, gusting 15, runway 8 right, cliff takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8 right, did you want us on any heading?
150.
150, clear for takeoff, 8 right, Korean Air 54 Heavy.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't see that on my chart.
No worries, sir.
We're going to be switching over here pretty soon to approach.
Approach Giant 2-1 Heavy, IFR to Calgary.
And Molokai off our right side.
Approach Giant 2-1 Heavy.
Giant 21 Heavy, PDC sent.
Roger, thank you, sir.
Alaska 1677, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
Runway 8 right, line up and wait, Alaska 1677.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call him up.
Approach, Korean Air 54 Heavy with you climbing through 1000 for 5000.
Korean 54, radar contact, climb maintain 15,000, proceed direct to Molokai, Mike Kilo Kilo.
Up to 15,000 and we're headed over to Incheon, we're not part of the Vancouver event.
Too late, my brain's not working, proceed direct to Kyoto.
Direct Kyoto, Korean Air 54 Heavy, it's all good, man. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, sir. Not the best of airports to depart if you're not going to the same place. Along queues.
If we're Giant 2 and Heavy, what runway can we expect?
Giant 2-1, 8 right.
8 right.
UPS 2-1, nothing further, right says terminated for exchange approved, Unicorn 122.8, good day. Air Canada 1677, wind 050 at 9, gusting 15, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff, sliding 150.
Clear for takeoff, 8 right, Alaska 1677.
It's cool.
And approach Korean Air 54 Heavy. Can we get greater than 250 knots in the climb?
Approved.
Approved for high speed. Korean Air 54 Heavy, thank you.
5,000, 4,000. Honolulu approach United 1956, 5,000, send him via the Chalet 1 with Charlie.
United 1956, HF approach, squawk 1545.
1545, United 1956.
Korean Air 54, traffic at your 12 o'clock, approximately 2 miles, 5,300 feet, heading westbound.
Alright, we should be slowing at 210 now.
Wilco, Korean Air 54 Heavy.
Let's go flaps 1. Watch it here.
And Korean 54 Heavy, we have the traffic in sight.
Korean Air 54 Heavy, maintain visual separation.
Wilco, 54 Heavy.
Alaskan 1677, radar contact, climb maintain 15,000.
Climb maintain 15,000
You
for
gotta watch
Alaska
the autopilot.
1677.
United 1956, radar contact, proceed direct to Lana, cross Lana at 3000, cleared ILS Zulu, runway 4 right approach, report established.
Direct to Lana and cross Lana about 3,000, 4 established, clear Alice 4 right, United 1956. Alright, so we're going to 4 right now. So let's just plug this in. Alana. Executes. Go direct. Let's turn us that way really quickly while I get this worked out. Oh no. I think my everything froze up on me. Yep. I can't change anything.
Korean Air 54, unfortunately nothing further, for exchange approved, Unicorn 122.8, radar service terminated, have a good day.
See if I can do flaps 2 or anything. I can't change anything.
Over to Unicom 122.8, Korean Air 54 Heavy. See ya, man. Good job.
See you, thanks for the delay. Thanks for the delay. Oh, it's too late, man.
Let's see if I can disconnect the autopilot.
Too tired. Alaskan 1677, direct to Molokai.
Oh, that's not good.
Alaska 1677.
That is weird. So this thing just completely froze up.
Honolulu approach west at 25, holding short runway 08 right.
West at 25, wind 050 at 9,
Alright,
gusting
so I'm
15,
just
runway
gonna
8 right, clear takeoff, landing 150.
Roger, clear for takeoff, runway 08 right, heading 150 after departure. Watch at 25.
So I can't tell anything, so. Yeah, approach 956, we're gonna have to disconnect our aircraft froze. Thanks for your help today.
That's unfortunate, no problems, have a good one.
Alright, so we'll get off of VATSIM. It's sad, because that was a lot of fun. And we are going to be doing a crazy approach without any... Can this be done? Everything's frozen. It won't show... Wow, I don't know if this is gonna be crazy. We gotta get the plane on the ground though, right? Alright, I'm just gonna fly and we'll try to land on 4 right as cleared and see what happens. Because I have no idea how fast we're going. I wonder if I can even disconnect the auto throttle. I don't know. If anyone does know a fix for this, I would definitely appreciate it, because I do not know how to fix this. But I'm going to try to land. So I know we're at flaps 2 right now because I've set the flaps twice. I have no idea what speed we're at. It's going to try to maintain us at 210 knots apparently until I kill the auto throttle, which means our maximum flap setting is going to be really flaps 5. So we really need to be using the longest runway possible. So I'm going to switch this over to 8 left, which has 12,300 feet available. And not even the standby instruments are working, nothing's working. Yeah, everything's frozen. I have no idea what caused that, other than obviously we're still moving in the sim. We just don't have any readouts of any sort. I'm trying to think, is there anything else we can do? Thankfully it's visual meteorological conditions. So we can see runway 8 right there with the reefs. So I'm just going to get this down. We're just going to kind of play it by ear and make it a nice long final for 8 left. And if we need to go miss, we're just going to make left traffic back around here. So we're currently at flaps 2. I have no idea if we're going to be overspeeding the flaps or not, but this is an emergency at this point. Yeah, I can't change anything. A closed V pilot. Well, that's unfortunate. I feel like I've seen one other guy have this problem in the 7.3 XP72. I saw him have everything freeze up on him once. But yeah, so I'm just going to try to land it. This is going to be purely visual and just by feel. This is going to be a really long approach, or I mean a fast approach, 210 knots. We're likely going to be much faster than 210 knots. So just because I have no idea how fast I'm going now. So I'd say we're probably at about pattern altitude. We're just going to make this a really long approach. And I'm just going to keep the auto throttle on because it's going to, I think it's going to keep us at 210 knots since that's what it was last set at. And then when we're on short final, I'm going to kill the auto throttle and try to flare us in. Hopefully the gear and everything will come down. So I'll get our gear as we're turning final. And yeah, definitely an emergency. Not something you'd see in real life. More than likely this would be an extremely bad day to not have any instruments at all. Alright. So like I said, we're just going to keep going. We'll probably turn our base here over, what is that? Is that Wheeler? Or actually that's Kaloa Rogers, I think. Kapolei, Kaloa Rogers Airport. So that'll be our base. I don't really care if I'm busting airspace at this point. We just gotta try to survive. Hey, William Russell. Yeah. Yeah, this is not good. Definitely not ideal. Not really the most realistic, but hey, it'll be fun, right? At least we got some beautiful views of the reefs. Not too windy out as you can see. A few white caps on the ocean, but nothing too shady, too bad. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get us to our final flap setting, which is going to be 5. And also going to go ahead and lower the gear. I have no idea if it actually came down or not. I didn't hear anything. I moved my honeycomb Bravo lever to down. Nothing's changing on the outside. Let me hit G on the keyboard. Nothing. Alright, I have no idea if we're gonna get anything. So this could be a gear up landing also. So, alright, the nature of this emergency is pretty bad. We don't have any hydraulics for landing gear. We have no way to do an emergency extension because I can't click anything. Obviously, real life would be flying some laps around the ocean to get the fuel out too. This is going to be really bad. It's going to be a gear up landing more than likely. I'm going to say brace, brace, brace over the PA system. Let the flight attendants know we have 2 minutes before our crash landing on 8 left. Going ahead, had them roll the fire trucks. Everything's ready for us here. And we're just going to try to maintain as good of a 3-degree path as we can. I believe we do have a PAPI on the left, so I'll be looking for that PAPI and try to get us as close to on glide path as I can here. Can't quite see it yet. Alright, there's 8 left. This is the runway that always has the kind of wonky lines on it. So one thing to note, the controls are going to be extra sensitive with it being a lower flap setting, and it's going to be more of a flat view as we come in. I will kill the auto throttle right when we're getting to about that 100 feet, and try to transition to manual. I have no idea if it's even going to let me kill the auto throttle, so this could be a complete disaster. But we're going to try it. Alright, so we're probably 45 seconds from impact now. After we land, yell evacuate, evacuate, and we will exit the aircraft if we're able. We're not even going to get altitude callouts, so I will be disengaging the auto throttle shortly. Still not seeing the PAPIs on the left. I think I'm just now making out. We're right on track. Alright, here comes the auto throttle. I'm going to turn that off. I don't know that it did anything. Oh, there we go. We have throttle control. That's good to know. Alright, we're at idle. We have about 50 knots. I'm going to try to drag it out as much as I can, just a little bit. We've got to get on the ground. Here we go. Alright. I think we have gear. Sounds like we have gear. Reversers are out. Sounds like they're going. And we're going to be doing max braking here. Alright, we made it. Everything seems normal. Everything seems normal. I'm just going to take us to the end of 8 left. Go ahead and let the flight attendants know, passengers know. Please remain seated in the cabin. We will be taxiing to the gate. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened. Thank you. Okay. Let's see if it even shows the gear. Oh, yeah, look at that. We definitely have our gear down. I think the animations are all frozen, so. Alright. Well, we'll taxi into the gate and just end the flight as we normally would. Make sure we have clearance to cross Have clearance across 4 left and 4 right. Got a tiller wheel here. We're gonna need it for these sharper turns. Alright, we're clear left. No one's on the runway. I disconnected from VATSIM since we had our major malfunction. And we'll go ahead across the runways here. Alright, very good. Well, glad everything went well there. We got on the other side of 4 left. We'll go ahead with the after landing flow. Obviously, I'll click the switches. I don't think it's going to show anything happening, but just for the sake of practicing. And we'll go to our gate as we're planning Echo 7 this afternoon. Actually, it might still be morning in Honolulu, but alright. Alright, after landing flow, please. And after landing check. Alright, so I'm going to use the flaps. Got the speed brakes in, spoilers in. Yeah, nothing's moving. So I don't even think we'll have an APU available. That's fine. Alright, we'll be taxiing Zulu to the ramp now. And transponder, we go to transponder, but yep, it's not working, so. That's alright, well, we're safely on the ground. That's ultimately what matters. Let's see, Randall Smith, do you have an old machine or is the default Honolulu just that bad? It is just this bad, Randall Smith. Yeah, I feel like if we can get a Honolulu scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, that would be phenomenal. But you can see this is just the default buildings. I think I have a jet bridge out on, but yeah, it's not good. They have a lot of great payware scenery for the other Hawaiian airports, but I feel like my Honolulu on X-Plane 11 looks better than the one on Flight Sim 2020 for sure. So, well, we're just about to the gate now, and appreciate y'all joining in there. That was an abnormal because that's not something you really have in real life, obviously. Unless, I guess it'd be like one of the most bizarre failures possible to have that. Alright, let's see if it'll let me bring up NavGraph. Yeah, NavGraph's working. It's just the PMDG 737-700, so I'll check out the forums. I'm sure somebody's reported this or had it happen to them, but yeah, too bad. It's the first time that's happened to me. I do know it was when I was trying to enter the ILS 4 right with the Elena transition, since I was cleared to Elena, and then everything froze. So I think something's wrong with my scenery too. Look at that jet bridge just floating out there. That's weird. Huh. I'll just assume they're doing construction on the jet bridge, right? Alright, here we go. Turning into the ramp now. I don't know that I'll even be able to shut the engines down. Alright, we're clear on the right side, clear on the left. Here we go. And we're parking right here at Echo 7. Alright, I get the taxi light off at this point so we're not blinding any rampers. And here we come into Echo 7. And I'll get us out to the side. Try to guide us in as best I can. There we go. And here we are. It's not even letting me set the parking brakes. And obviously we would need, well, I can't get external power or any of it, so well, here we are. Well, thanks for joining. I'll do another stream another time, and I'm sure the aircraft will work just fine. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. I've probably flown this aircraft 50 times now, so you got to witness a first for me too. The PMDG 737-700 not working quite right, but still an amazing aircraft. Appreciate y'all hopping aboard, riding along today. I'll be back in the near future. I usually stream on Friday nights as long as my schedule permits, so I'll try to stream this Friday night after 11, probably around 11 p.m. Central Time. Until then, thanks for joining. VRF Summer signing off, and I'll see you again in the skies soon. Have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever time of day it might be. Thanks again for joining.